Good morning, everyone. It's Eclipse Day. How exciting. I've heard the traffic up north is already getting crazy. I have a friend down here who yesterday, I think, was still like, should I fly to Vermont for the eclipse? And I'm like, if you do right now, I don't know where you're going to sleep because I'm sure every Airbnb and hotel and everything is pretty full up near Burlington and even in other parts of Vermont. I hope that would be great. I hope people are making money. But anyway, it's only one day, so hopefully it won't be too painful for all of you up there who have to deal with the inconvenience today. But I hope you have your eclipse glasses and get to experience the eclipse. What an amazing experience. I've never experienced a full eclipse. Florida probably got about the same thing in 2017 as they're going to get this year, which is 50 to 60%. Apparently, if I drove up to Tallahassee today, which is a very long drive, I would get like 70% of the eclipse, but I'm not going to do that. And who knows, there's a full solar eclipse in northern Spain in 2026. So maybe I'll try to make that one. That would be quite an adventure. So yes, but I am going to a local college this afternoon who also had an event in 2017, and they're going to hand out glasses and it'll be a whole fun sort of festival kind of thing. So anyway, I did not get as much done on this as I hoped I might this weekend, partly because the weather was absolutely glorious here, and these are sort of the last vestiges of any sort of coolish weather here before it gets unbearably hot, and I won't want to be out riding my bike or spending a lot of time outdoors. So, well, my needle's on there. Oh, and then move my little clips. Okay. So here is where I am. So I'm not sure how I feel about the crowns. They're not super noticeable, but they are gold. So if I want them to be gold, they have to be this color. But yes, doing 2 strands over 18 count. The black looks incredible because you can't see any of the thread detail. But when I use other colors, you can definitely see how sort of bumpy and nuanced the threads look. But I like them all except the gold. The gold is really textured, but I think I'm going to keep it. I definitely, part of art is experimenting. And so I definitely feel this piece is an experiment with all of the fabric color and the different colors I chose. I definitely have in mind, I like the pink a lot. I will tell you, yeah, if I was going to start this again, I might use pink, the dark pink, as the main color instead of black, because I love the way it looks. But for now, I'm going to keep going the way I'm going. So before I didn't do this mystical creature yet, I decided to work on this flower so that I was more going evenly down the page. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. Let's see. So put this back over here. So here's where I am working on this. Then I'll finish this guy. And then I just have these other random things to do at the bottom. So once I finish those, I will be done with the page. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do all of that without moving this up a little bit, but we'll see. And again, I might flip this this hoop upside down so that I can work closer to the edges. The other thing that someone in one of my groups mentioned is what they have done is, so this is an 8-inch Q snap frame and they make an 11-inch. And so what they did, because all the pieces are all separate, they just Q snap together, is they took the 8-inch and combined it with the 11-inch so that they now have an 8x11-inch Q snap, which I think is a great idea. So, because that would definitely hold one entire page. I mean, and even more so. So that's a interesting idea. I actually put an 11-inch Q snap in my shopping cart online. So I might pull the trigger on that. Anyway, so this has been good, and it's been interesting to find the flow of how to work around everything and not have to tie off too many times. Now, see, when I get down here, like these two birds, they're not really close enough to anything, I think. Maybe the bottom one, I'll have to tie off, at least for this one, because there's nothing near it. So some of this random stuff is going to be a little less fun to do because it won't just flow right through. I'll have to start and stop. But the cool part is when I start up here, I'm kind of terrified, like making sure that I counted correctly. But then once you have so many other things, you have lots of other landmarks you can use to check whether you're counting correctly. And you're like, okay, I got all the way down here. Am I two squares away from this thing? I'm like, yes, I am. Oh, thank goodness. So at this point, I feel good about all my counting being accurate, which is a great thing. So yeah, this isn't a very long video, but it's hard to believe this is a week's worth of work, although I didn't do anything on the first day. But it can be tedious, but you just keep, like with anything, you just keep going. So that's my update for today. I hope everyone enjoys some part of the eclipse, and I will see you guys tomorrow.